Hey, comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, you're with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you that all important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comics to buy. And today, fans, we're going to be talking about The Walking Dead, issue number 134. That's right, fans. Otherwise known from whispers to screams. Yeah, this this issue is pretty good now. Things have been kind of slow with The Walking Dead as of recently, and the last issue we got to see some action with the one of their missing group members, Dante, and we had Jesus and another guy go out there and try to go out and find one of their own men, and we've come across this new group called the Whisperers, and what they are is they wind up putting the zombies' flesh on their heads, use them as masks so they can blend in with the other roamers. And what happens is they just whisper amongst each other so the dead can't hear them. So very cool concept, and it wound up becoming a pretty sick and twisted group. And this group kind of shows its vulnerability amongst Jesus in this issue. And then we get a revelation here of what's going on with Carl and where his mental state is and how close to a breaking point I really think he is in this issue. Book is written by Robert Kirkman. The art is done by Charlie Adlard, and Grey Tones is done by Cliff Rathburn. So art is always really good. The actual cover here is really done nicely. Really dark, what you expect from The Walking Dead here. So nice cover. Interior art was really well done, like it always is. I mean, if anything, Charlie Adlard has just evolved as the artist in this book and is really come to his own here. His nice page with Maggie on a horse. That's your nice page in here. And yeah, good facial expressions there with Maggie. So really great stuff in this issue. So what happens here? The Walking Dead is such a slow-driven story. It's like one scene can actually take a whole issue, and that's the way the book is written. But it's done well this way, and I think that's why a lot of people enjoy it too, because it's not over dialogue heavy. It just takes its time in telling a story. So in this issue again, you get to see Jesus come across these whisperers, and this is what they look like. And it's like, oh, dude, that's freaking crazy, And they start attacking him. And at first, you think these whisperers are going to overwhelm Jesus. Jesus is a badass, man. This guy kicks every single one of their asses, and he's slicing their heads off, and they're actually showing their vulnerability, and they're actually surprised here that they're getting their asses beat. They've never bled before, so it kind of tells you that this group has been around for a while. If they've never gotten hurt, and they've come up with this concept from their origin, it feels like they've never gotten stabbed or hit or anything like that. But Jesus is driven to rescue his friend in this issue, and he fights all those guys off, plus zombies on top of it. And then it kind of focuses back to the other part of this story. You get good dialogue here between Maggie and Gregory, with Gregory being the former leader of the Hilltop. He's trying to step in and tell Maggie what to do on sending a search party for Dante or whatnot on where their group has been. And he insists, "Oh, I'll go out there in a horse myself and I'll go find them." And Maggie's like, "Yeah, go ahead," because Gregory's an asshole. And he's one of the main problems in the Hilltop last time. They didn't have a strong leadership. And Maggie Green, she's a strong leader here. So there was interesting dialogue here. And then also an issue now, you get to see great relationship building between Sophia and Carl, which is really nice as they're reliving. It's funny now because all the memories that they have from each other is when they were little kids. Remember when my dad got his hand cut off, and remember when this person died? Like, that is their memories. This is their childhood, and that's what they're talking about in this particular issue, which was wild for me to see this. Now, you get these bully kids that come across and they hit Carl in the head with a brick, And and these were the guys that kind of Sophia, you know, punched the kid in the face one time because of what happened a couple issues ago when he first came to the hilltop. And at first you think you see, Carl just cowering away and running away, and he's kind of bleeding from his head here because he gets hit with the brick. And Sophia's wind up, she puts up a fight here, which I give her credit, man. She is a tough little cookie in this issue, and all of a sudden, what happens is you see someone lurking behind here, and kid gets hit in the face, in the back of the head with a shovel, and Carl just doesn't stop. You can see now something has flipped inside his brain. So I don't know if it's the accumulation of things that have happened throughout his past, his experience with Negan being around him so much, and he just doesn't stop. He just pummels these kids. What they did to Sophia, he just doesn't stop, and Sophia's like scared of him, and she's just like, Carl, but she just got beat the shit out of him. I mean, she's just all beat up, but he was relentless and did not stop. And this kind of creates something here. This is an unstable thing that you see from Carl, and it's kind of the same thing here with Rick. When we saw Rick a couple issues back go to town with his guardsman that was out of post, he was kind of beating him up, and it just feels like it's like anybody that's in danger, they're going to kill. So that they've just it's insane. They're not the same people anymore. It's different now. They have this safe haven, and if they feel that it's threatened in any shape, way, or form, it's like they're going to kill somebody. So they're getting kind of scary, I think. Then at the end of this issue, you wind up seeing Jesus bring in the wounded, and they bring in the Whisperer person, and they're going to hold their prisoner or him prisoner and find out what's going on with them. And then you wind up getting you wind up getting Glenn bringing Sophia to Maggie, and she was like, what the hell happened? And, he explains, Carl explains, he's like, you know what, we got into a fight, and I think I killed him. So it was mind-blowing. I couldn't believe that Carl could do something like this. But at the same time, you got to test really where his psyche is. He's getting older now, and they've been safe for 2 years, hasn't really been threatened. He was around Negan for a long time. The kid has seen a lot of shit in his life. And it just feels like to a point where if something happens, it's going to trigger something evil within him. So, yeah, really crazy issue here. Can't wait to see where they go with Carl, and what happens with these Whisperers also. So, I love this issue, man. This was a 5-star issue, probably one of the best issues in a while from The Walking Dead. Guys, leave me your comments below on what you think is going on in Carl's head right now. What do you think these Whisperers are? And fans, as always, thank you for watching Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you want to see more of my own individual reviews, you can check out Comic Frontline as well. And guys, until that next review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Take care, fans.